8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats.
Nowhere to be found.
Not this time.
We don't...
That's why we say sometimes.
The camera's so over, you can only see half a fake cat. Valkyrie's not even hanging out like she normally does. Blasphemous.
We are at 0 cats.
We are catless. I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. With us tonight, Zach.
Oh, that's me.
Peter.
Hi.
And Tom.
That's me.
That's me. Cool. How was everyone's holidays and New Year's?
I got sick.
Yay.
I had 3 weeks of vacation.
Nice.
So Tom's a little bitch, and we hate him now. No, I'm kidding.
Well, 2 weeks were paid time off. The last week was me switching jobs. So, yeah, that was it.
Oh, that was the great way to go. It took took your last. Your 2 weeks notice was 2 weeks vacation.
No, the 2 weeks came out of nowhere. So my boss, I asked him for a week off in December, and then he was like, "Yeah, sure, go right ahead." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So then I took it, and then I was supposed to work Sunday, and I let him know "Hey, I'm coming in. Who has my keys?" And he goes, "Oh, well, how much PTO do you still have left?" And I was like, "I don't know, probably a week and a half, 2 weeks." And he was like, "Go ahead and take another week." And I was like, "Okay, sure, whatever, I don't care." So I was like, "Cool." And then that week I heard from the other job, the new one that I started, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll take you." And I was like, "Cool." So I guess Monday I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice, and then I put in my 2 weeks notice, and then pretty much Christmas Eve was my last day, and I was like, "Peace." And then I was off for a week.
Nice. That's awesome.
So I was like, well, fuck, whatever. I guess this works.
Well, I think you strung that out right.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
It was
pretty solid.
It was a good time. So I was like, this is sweet. I'll take this. So it was a good, shit. The last vacation I had was a year ago prior to that. So I'm working 365.
Yeah.
You know.
Apparently you've done pretty good at your other place because you took a week vacation. Nothing broke at all.
Not true. I think things did happen. It just wasn't my responsibility at that point.
Or they were able to fix it too. But
I did yell at my boss because the first day of my vacation, I had to go back into work because somebody wasn't there on time or some shit. And I literally, the first thing I did was text my boss. And then the employee.
I'm not going to freaking do this.
And the employee that was supposed to be responsible, I sat there and said, "I am fucking disappointed in both of you." Literally said it just like that over message. "I am fucking disappointed." I was like, I have not been on vacation for a fucking year, and now I have to come back into work on my vacation. I clocked in just to sit there and say I was here.
Oh yeah.
To do this shit for you. This is ridiculous. Get somebody over here. And then he didn't respond, so I worked the entire fucking day. So the next day he responded "What was this about?" And I was like, "Fuck you, dude. I with all due respect, fuck you, because I just started vacation. I had to come back."
Was that the breaking point, or had you already applied?
I've already applied. The breaking point was the fact that with Pet Boys, they don't really give a shit, but they did construction.
And you became a hybrid store.
Yeah. Well, they already know where I work, so it's not a big deal. But they were making a hybrid store with AutoZone, and during the construction, they literally had them come in, remove a bunch of the inventory, which was fine, and then they started cutting concrete. And when they started cutting the concrete, dust went everywhere. This was 3 weeks worth of them doing this. So the first day, I wasn't there for it because I didn't know they were doing it, but my employees were inhaling concrete dust. And I bought dust masks so they could have them, and they tried to wear them and still didn't feel good. And the next day I came in, I'm going, what the fuck's going on? And so I had to physically rip out the desk from the floor, move it outside to the bay, and then we were outside in one of the garages, and we worked out of the garages for 3 months.
Which isn't great either with noise and...
During the summer.
Yeah.
During everything, and we had no AC, no water, no nothing. We were just pretty much just fend for yourselves. And then for the longest time, my boss would come by and be like, "Hey, do you need anything?" I was like, "Yeah, water, AC, a place to stay, that's what I need." And then they would send it all up to corporate, and then corporate would be like, "Oh yeah." And then we had the freaking vice president of the area come in, and he's like, "I can't believe they're going through this. This is bullshit, blah blah blah." And then he tries to stir some shit up, which is great, and tells everybody "Oh man, these guys are keeping a good head on their shoulders." And I'm like, "What else do you expect me to do? Fucking just say fuck this, I quit? Is that what you want from your employees? No one else is going to take over this." So, being the good employee that I was, I waited it out the entire fucking time until we moved back into the building, And when we moved back into the building, that's when I started looking. And when about 3 weeks, I got a hit on an offer that I was like, fuck, I'll take it. And it was the first offer. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
But 10 times better job. I have my own office. I mean, it's a nice big office now, so I'm okay with it. I won out. I guess all that hard work paid off is basically what it is. But yeah, like, can't say that I'm sorry. It's just one of those things where I got really pissed off and I was like, yeah, I'm done. But yeah, after the week of my vacation, when he's like, yeah, take another week, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take this week. So look,
I deserve it. I do.
Thanks, boss. I think he felt bad for me going.
That was
Fuck you.
That was the right move, sir.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna quit, but that was the right move.
That was the morally right move. But with all due respect to my bosses, I enjoyed my bosses for what they did and everything that they were. I just didn't like the company, and that's basically why I left. Was just the company.
It happens.
Because both my bosses were seller guys, and they were. I apologized to my boss after that. I was like, look, man, I'm sorry. I just really irritated the fuck out of me that I had to go back into work on my vacation. Like, I know it's my responsibility. I know it's my responsibility as a store manager, but you're my boss, and when a store manager goes on,
you should be checking on that stuff.
Yeah,
following that up.
What would they have done if you were actually out of town?
No idea. They would have figured it out. The whole store would have been closed for a day probably. Till they figured out who was going to.
And then they would have gotten mad at you when you got back too.
Yeah,
because that's always their fault. But
no, I was like, nah, we're good.
All right, so everybody send some goofy shit for Tom to put on the walls of his office. We'll make him take pictures and show it for you.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of blank space to fill though.
I do.
His degrees only fill up so much space.
My degree's only like this freaking big, so it's not like a big fucking.
Like I said, it only fills up so much space.
No, I got two paintings, and then I got a farewell Coast Guard frame that's about like this big on the wall now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, making it feel a little more homey.
Yeah,
that's good.
I mean, it's the first time that I ever get to kind of put anything up, so it's actually pretty nice. With Pep Boys, I got an open office where it was just an office with no ceiling, and it was just out to the
drop cubicle thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And then, what was funny about the remodel? They didn't change anything except fucking made the walls go all the way up.
Like all the way up.
And then
that's like a really tall walls too. That's it's a warehouse ceiling.
Yeah, they went all the way up to the top of the warehouse, and then they didn't even clean it.
They didn't even clean. Oh, that's
they didn't even clean it.
Well, that's real.
Dust everywhere, everything like that. I was like, I'd rather work outside, and I did.
I'm going back.
My desk was outside in the garage because I was like, I've been out here this whole time. I'm okay with this.
I'm good.
I would just ride this out. Fuck it.
Whoever the next guy is gonna have to move the desk back inside and clean.
Screw you, guy.
I had to give my job a hard time because they gave me a lovely plaque for achievements in whatever the fuck bullshit last year. I'm like, I want to let you know that my office has concrete walls. Where am I supposed to hang this? Can I have an office that's a real office, and then I can hang this nice award that you sent me? No, okay, just I'll prop it up on the desk. All right, sounds great, guys.
So we just get some concrete screws.
Oh yeah, I'm like, I could, but I would only do it. It'd only be worth it if one of the vice presidents says, "What are you doing?" Oh, really wanted to hang this.
Yeah.
1 second, I'll be right with you.
Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, it's my office. I asked for a different office. They didn't say no.
This was a lovely gesture. I really wanted to be able to hang this and show this off. What are you guys doing? Come on.
Oh no, Peter, we had a desk.
Oh yeah. It was more just a crappy wooden table that we put a bunch of shit on.
You didn't even have a desk. It was in a room and just an area.
There was a table.
There
was a table.
There was like a desk type thing in
It was
that one
too
corner.
tall to be like a sitting desk.
Yeah, it wasn't like
But it was
a
too
sitting
short
desk.
to be
That's
a
why I
standing
said
desk.
desk.
So it was just a shitty wooden
It was a
table.
shelf.
It was an awkwardly placed shelf.
Not that it mattered. One of us was always there by ourselves most of the time anyway, so we were
couldn't
just
even be in there. Yeah.
on the floor. It's fine. We're all in better places now.
That we are. And then he gets to travel. Peter gets to travel everywhere.
Yeah,
Peter's
you
desk
get
is
to
his
see-
car.
Yeah.
You get to see the whole state.
The whole wide
This-
Texas.
Just a portion of it, and then a lot of Missouri.
A lot of Missouri.
Gross.
Well, because they keep sending me there.
To Missouri?
Why?
That seems like a long way to pay
I
for
have
travel.
signed a significant number of NDAs that say I can't tell you.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Well, that makes no, 100 makes sense, but that seems crazy to send somebody from that far away.
Well, I hope you're getting per diem.
I'm sure it's worth what they're paying you,
Yeah.
but it feels like shouldn't there be somebody in Missouri?
Well, but they pay for you to stay up there, right?
Yeah,
Like, you don't have
yes.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the per diem.
They take care of all of it. But again, it just seems like couldn't they just have somebody hired in Missouri?
You get a hotel, you get per diem, they pay for your food, that kind of stuff. If they're making you travel, they're
Oh yeah, they have
paying
to.
you for
they
it.
cover everything.
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah, I mean,
does not seem like the most efficient use of their time. Honestly, I know it's not
Their
the most
time.
efficient use of your time at all. You're getting paid the whole time, so it doesn't
yeah.
really matter. But it definitely is not the most efficient use of their time and dollar.
it must be really short-handed up there, I guess.
Or something.
I don't know. He can't tell us.
I know.
I'm actually debating like we might need to cut the entirety of that.
He
Actually,
can't even hint. No, that's
Yeah.
fine. We
I
we
kinda
can
can't.
speculate.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything except that you go to Missouri sometimes.
I would choose not to.
We didn't even say who you worked for.
That's true.
It's implied.
No one knows what you work for.
Actually, I still don't really
I
even
don't
know what
think,
he
I don't
does.
think we've ever said who you work for.
I don't think we've ever said a
Everything.
name brand or
Yeah.
anything like that, an actual
No.
logo.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah,
you're
see,
okay.
everyone's safe.
The only person who'd get in trouble would be me for going Pep Boys. Pep Boys, Pep Boys, Pep Boys.
Did you sign an NDA?
Fuck no.
Then I think you're
Yeah,
fine.
I'm okay.
I don't know. My company's apparently now they're setting up to sell themselves too. So I'm like, oh, okay, that'll be it's always fun.
Oh no.
That'll be-
Nah, it won't affect me in any way, shape, or form.
Usually they don't get rid
Pretty
of the
much.
manager. They
No,
usually hold on to
especially
them.
when
They
it's
got all
when
clients.
it's a portfolio of golf resort of golf country clubs and resorts.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, we're just gonna keep the people that are here. We just fire everybody in corporate.
Yeah.
So have fun. Bye. I'm like, well, I do like a lot of the people there.
Mistakes.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, that's the only people that really are ever in trouble of losing their jobs in something like this. Maybe a year down the road when they check out everything and they're like, well, now these are the ones we should have gotten rid of in the first place. But yeah, that's like a year down the road, and I'm pretty sure I'm doing okay. But I'm like, oh, that's always fun. I'm like, there's two people. I'm like, oh, you should fire them. If you're buying this place, I know who you should fire. You can talk to me.
Like that one guy that you told me about?
Yes, they
Yeah,
should
that
fire
One
him.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah, that one guy.
That one
I
guy.
know about that guy.
With the stuff.
Fuck that guy.
The guy should get fired. But
It was kind of funny when Radio Shack was kind of being bought by Sprint.
sort of.
For the most part, the people in the stores had a better chance of getting a better job because
Yep.
their plan was to just steal all the best salesmen and then abandon the company.
100%. No, that's why I'm optimistic. I'm like, if somebody's willing to pay that much money to buy a portfolio of golf courses, generally they're willing to spend other money on the stuff that like, hey, I need like these 3 projects done and we'll be perfect. And you can leave us alone and we never have to talk to each other ever again. We'll just mail you the checks.
Yep.
Have a great day.
And maybe
You
give
sign mine, we mail you the cash. We're good. All right.
Hold it for ransom.
Hold it for ransom.
I will give you the check when you sign mine.
Seems reasonable.
Pay me, I pay you.
Honestly, that seems pretty reasonable. That's a fair.
Just show up exchanging briefcases.
Profits and your checks.
And
Thank you
your
very much. Have a great day. All right.
That's funny.
It's more fun if you do it clandestine, though. We're gonna have to wear trench coats and fedoras. Come on,
In the rain.
in the rain.
In the rain.
If it's not,
Proper fedoras, not fucking Triblies.
no, I said it. I said a fedora. I knew what I meant.
I was clarifying for the internet, not you.
Well, the internet does not know what a fedora is, so
That's why I was clarifying for the internet.
look him up. Indiana Jones has a fedora.
It'll bring up fucking Triply hats before it brings up fedoras.
That's
now.
the really sad part, honestly. 'cause
Yeah.
people are so fucking
Everyone's an adult. You can Google it.
dumb. Google it yourself.
Here's the thing. Google in this specific instance is lying to you.
Duck, duck, go. I don't care.
Duck, duck, go.
Bing it, bitch.
They got that
Actually,
fucking...
funnily enough, the first thing that came up when I Googled Fedora just now was a software company. So that's
Oh,
That's not helpful
that's
either.
great. No.
fantastic.
Have you ever
That's
seen
not
that?
helpful either.
What is it? Is Bo Burnham? You ever heard
Yes, I
like-
love Bo Burnham.
And
He's
one
great.
of his songs, he's like calling like his fake wife or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, hey, look, like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing this song. Put this voicemail on your phone and then send it to me in email. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. And no, don't call me. You're an adult. You can Google it because that's what I'm gonna do. So just Google it. It's literally
I don't remember that one, and that makes me sad because that sounds like very Bo Burnham. But I'm like,
is that from his?
It's from his.
Was it from the Breakdown special?
Yeah, it's 5 years, I think, and I don't know if I can. I don't think YouTube would call it copyright if we played it, so you probably wouldn't be able to do it.
They absolutely would, unless we talked over it the entire time.
Yeah,
we're good at that though.
But that's literally what he says. He's like, "You're an adult. You can Google it."
But seriously, you're an adult. You can Google it. My only exception is if you're over 70, then I will Google it for you.
Yeah, I think
you should still be able to do it, but I'll Google it for you at that point. That's okay.
The song's 5 years. That's the name of the song. 5 years.
Oh, Bo Burnham, 5 years. Got it.
But yeah,
Noted.
Funny song.
The dude is.
He's an interesting
different.
dude. But I mean,
he's built different.
He can sing a lot of different things, but a lot of his songs are very fucking good too.
Oh,
even though that they're
so, and they're fucking catchy as hell.
Catchy
That's
as
the
hell.
problem. Like even when he's using that genre to make fun of something else, you're like, this might be the best song ever written in that genre, and it's making fun of that whole thing. Fuck you a little bit, buddy.
I like the one, and I can't remember exactly how it goes, but he's like, I want to get lit, but I feel like shit. That one.
He may have written the perfect country and western song. It's right up there. I can't remember the name of it, but it's just him making fun of country music, and it's amazing. Yeah, pandering. Yes, that's the one it is.
Good job, Peter.
And again, it's just great. But it's one of the better country music songs I've heard in a long time.
Yeah, here it is. I don't know if you can rip your voicemail right off your phone. You might need to like just Google it. Don't call me and ask me because I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna get this, and you're gonna think you just can't do it, and you're gonna call me, and then I'm just gonna Google it. So you just Google it. You're an adult. You can figure it out. So just figure it out and text me the voicemail immediately if you wouldn't mind. Like right when you get this. Thank you. Love you. Bye. That's literally the lyrics.
No, that just feels right. No, you're an adult. You've got this. I believe in you.
Yeah, one of the ending ones is, we found a spider in the house. You freaked out and you jumped onto the couch. Since I was close and able, I jumped up on the coffee table. You said, you should kill that. I said, no, fuck that. You said, come on, be a man. I said, what? You're a total anti-sexist, a patriotic fighter, but your whole worldview collapses the moment there's a spider. Cool. I get it. This is the real you. It's a pleasure. Nice to meet you. Shit like this brings the movement down. Everyone's a feminist until there's a spider around. That's literally the fucking lyrics.
Jesus.
But he's like talking to his wife and these things. They're fucking great. Everyone's a feminist until there's a spider around. Yeah, it's a great song. I love it.
You might be right.
Fuck spiders.
Everyone's a feminist until kill it.
You kill it.
It's like because I was able, I jumped on the coffee table.
As one is wont to do. I don't want to touch the spider either. Come on, hell no. Try not to bother them. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone, bro. You stay over there.
Eat the flies for me.
Just stay in the corner. In the corners. I'll even leave the cobweb up for you, but you stay in the corner, motherfucker.
Just don't bother me. Don't climb on me. Don't bother me.
Don't even look at me.
Yeah.
I know it's hard for you, man, but try.
But try.
Blink strategically.
Blink strategically if you understand.
Well, it'd be pretty easy to do Morse code with 8 eyeballs, I feel like.
It might be kind of confusing.
No, he just does, instead of doing quick, slow, he just does ... dash. He's like, all right, these ones are open. These ones are closed. That's an F. Come on, you know this, right? Come on, don't fuck it up.
That's just Braille.
Yeah, basically at that point. Yeah, but I don't want to touch him. No. It's sick. It's gross. It's gross.
You're crazy.
Oh, that's good. Moving on.
I don't know. People keep tarantulas as pets, and that weirds me out too.
My uncle used to have a pet tarantula.
Apparently, they can be very sweet.
It was before I was a being.
It's not for me. No, that's what I'm saying.
No.
But apparently, they can be very sweet.
No.
I'm like, if you want,
No.
if you want a furry thing that's not very big, get a gerbil. Get a gerbil.
Spiders are cooler, I guess.
No.
I mean, there are.
Spider might eat that gerbil.
There's okay tarantulas that are docile and they don't do anything crazy. Then there are the evil tarantulas that hiss and attack you, like legit try.
Yeah.
Why would you even tell me that's a thing that exists?
Because there's a YouTuber
Tom?
that actually watched this.
Why?
He has like, what is it?
Well, that should have been your bit for
what's
today.
like a fucking terrarium that's like fucking full of spiders?
I don't like that.
Like a arachnarium or some shit.
I think it's still a terrarium, just full of spiders.
I don't know. It's fucking
Terrarium stands for the things inside of
like
that it's
zoo,
earth.
you know, like a zoo would hold many animals, but like a terrarium or just like
It's a zoo, but for spiders.
all spiders.
Spiders.
Different types of
Fuck
spiders.
it. Nope. Fuck it. No.
Like the trapdoor tarantulas.
Oh, those guys are actually kind of cool. Honestly, that's pretty dope.
So
He feeds them all the time.
You ever seen Arachnophobia?
Peter didn't get to witness it because we had already parted ways by this time in our Universal adventures. But every time I ride the Hogwarts ride at Universal, I freak out when we get to the fucking room with the fucking spiders. Because they're right the fuck there, and I scream, and I kick, and I don't like it.
I think she's going to break the animatronic one of these days. It's going to be hilarious. She's lucky she's not any taller. I guess Universal's lucky she's not any taller, or else that's better be dead.
I mean,
I guess at least with those, they are supposed to eat people canonically.
They technically are.
The acromantulas, right?
Yeah.
I believe it's an acromantula.
I mean, I've gotten better at it. Like now, I kind of like the last time, I just kind of went into a little ball and closed my eyes until we were out of that room. But the very first time I rode that ride, obviously, I didn't know. Nobody knew. So we got that part, and you would have thought someone died because I scream bloody murder, and there's one part where it actually like, spits at you, and I was dead.
That's the part I don't like.
Like just tears.
It's one of those 4D experiences, so it literally does like squirt water at you. Like, I'm like, no, okay, I don't know where that's been. No, that's where I draw the line.
Isn't that ride based around the Forbidden Forest? Wouldn't you know that would happen?
She was hoping it was like Book 7 where the acromantulas were already dead.
But Aragog is dead in Book 7.
Yeah, right.
Not
No.
the other spiders. Yeah.
I didn't know. We didn't know what the ride was based on. We just knew you went in the Hogwarts castle, and it wasn't.
It's Hogwarts
until
Adventure. It does not actually say anything on it about that you're going to go through the Forbidden Forest.
Until you actually get in it, and then it's like
the Hagrid's motorbike. Yeah, is that one you knew, but that one's not scary. That one doesn't have any spiders in it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the Forbidden Forest is part of Hogwarts, so
you're part of Hogwarts.
You can still kind of assume that they would take you there.
No.
And I think that, unfortunately, despite there being other things in the Forbidden Forest, the most iconic is the Arachimantulas.
Yeah, it's the spiders.
No spiders.
Fuck the spiders.
Because fucking J.K. Rowling really couldn't think of anything other than Shelob at that point.
Well, in her defense, that's a solid villain.
I do like your fear response though.
Scream and kick?
No, instead of facing the fear and just getting through it, tuck and hide.
Scream and kick, tuck and hide.
Turn into a ball. Ignore the fear. The fear is not there.
If I can't see it, it's not happening.
It's not even the litany of fear.
I never.
I feel like that would be
the
exactly
ignorance
what
of fear.
Spider would want you to do, though.
We would never.
They're already going to kind of tuck you into a ball.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
all you're
perfect.
doing is helping at that point.
So they can suck out the creamy center.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you for getting into this ball.
Even
She's never read Dune. That's why she can't face her fear through and see through it.
Even when
God, that'd be funny if she.
I watched you play Resident Evil 7, what was my fear response?
Yeah.
Hide and
Tuck
cry.
and
Yeah.
hide. Tuck and hide.
Hide and cry.
Yeah, and then I'd be sitting there playing, and it would be like a non-scary part, and then I just go, ah! Like real loud.
He's got it right now.
I hate you so much.
And then every time she's like, fuck! You're an asshole! And I go, I know. This is great.
Okay, this is not supposed to be shit on Stephanie Day, but her fear response is overdeveloped. Because we have watched... All right, I want her to give the honest answer because I'll probably conflate it, but it's still a ridiculous number. How many times have you seen the series Supernatural all the way through?
all the way through?
Well, mostly. Well, no. Well, okay. The most recent season didn't count. Before that, you'd watched it. How many times did you watch the main portion through?
So many times.
Yeah, so many times, correct?
More than I can count.
More than you can count. Perfect. There are still times she's seeing the episode, she's telling me what's happening, and then still jumps at the thing that she knows was about to show up on screen. She's like, "Oh my goodness!" So if a vampire jumps out, ah! She'll be telling me it's coming and still jump, and I'm like, "All right, it's overdeveloped at this point. You know it's coming."
I think I've told you guys like.
It's ridiculous.
Like my horror, what like broke me, right?
No.
It was The Ring.
Yes. Okay.
The Ring.
I really should have done it.
Hear
either.
me.
There's way scarier.
Hear me
ones
out.
there.
So it's not that like scary movies didn't scare me before that, but you know, all the girls would get together, we'd scary movie night. It was funny, haha, fine. And also like 80s, early 90s horror movies were just so cheesy that it was like not scary. So one night I watched The Ring by myself at 1 o'clock in the morning. The entire time I wasn't scared. I was like, okay, that was kind of a dumb movie. Whatever, fine. Time to go to bed. That night, my VCR, like the light on it, was the same fucking color as that goddamn TV she crawled out of. I couldn't sleep. And ever since then, I'm broken. Like, I can't. Like, it triggered.
It's
like,
been way longer than 7 days. Samara gave up. You're good.
You're good
all right?
now.
You're good.
You made it past the initial.
It broke something deep inside, and it can never go back.
Somebody
now.
else watched the video. You're solid. You're good to go.
God, I don't know if I told you guys this story yet, but the Lord of the Rings. I was on a trip with my family, and you know, like we were in an SUV, and like they had like the drop down DVD.
Yeah.
You know, screens like
Fancy,
this big, you know.
All of 4 inches across.
Oh yeah, but I mean, me and my brother were in the back, and we're just sitting here watching it, you know, and you're leaned into the movie or whatever. You're just watching it, and it's that moment that Frodo, fucking what's his face?
Merry Pippin.
No, fucking
Samwise?
No, not Sam.
Is he a hobbit?
uncle. His uncle.
Bilbo.
Bilbo.
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
The Bilbo going rah!
Yeah, like real fast. Yeah, I was sitting there and I was leaned in, and my brother was leaned in, and we're just watching it, and we're in a car. It's dark. We just don't know anything, and no joke, all of a sudden it's like, rah! And then I was just like, oh shit, you know. I like jumped back, was like, oh fuck. My brother is in the middle of the car while my parents are driving, going, like real loud, and then my dad turns around and goes, what the fuck, you know, like what the hell's going on? My mom goes, what happened? I was like, oh, scary part of the show.
Oh my god.
I mean, like I have to ask my brother, I was like, did you ever have nightmares since then? But I don't know, because I mean, like it was legit. Like he stopped watching the movie that moment that happened.
Oh
He was
my
kinda
god.
I'm
done. Oh, that's great. My family also watched The Lord of the Rings in the back of a car on a long road trip.
Yeah, it's like a 4-hour movie. So yeah.
It's perfect. Like,
I never did that.
It takes
I never
12 hours
had,
to get
like,
there.
The luxury of a portable.
We rented it. We didn't have that car like owned. It was a rental. Yeah.
We had the shittiest. It wasn't a Sony. I think it was an Onsi.
The little
one that
portable.
Open it up.
opens it up and it's got a screen and the player right there. Like, yeah, that's what we had in the back. Like, I'm not saying we were living the dream, but yeah, we were watching the DVD in the back of the car.
I had a CD Walkman.
Sorry, that too. I think it was my mom's.
Later, an iPod, because that's how fancy we got.
The only problem was we didn't get to watch Lord of the Rings until my little brother fell asleep. Before that, it was Baby Einstein. So it was a really nice transition right into Lord of the Rings there.
What about you, Peter? Has anything broke you?
Not really. Like I had moments when I was a kid where I'd get freaked out, but nothing that still haunts me to this day, like a dumb VCR thing.
Well, it's because you moved out of that house. The basement was haunted. You're good.
I had a basement.
It was a ghost basement.
Wait, I had a basement?
I don't know, so I was really, when I was a kid, I was really bad with video games. Freaking me out. It could be things that weren't scary at all, but just the idea of dying in a game would fucking terrify me.
I won't come back. I'll be dead forever.
I had, And it's worth that I hadn't seen Tron or anything like that.
I'm pretty sure I got Matrix.
My head randomly.
Not even that. He's just having you're having like an existential crisis. You're like, is this the same character that I was playing before? Did I just murder the same guy? Is this like his clone? Is he even alive? Is this the same? How does he have his memories? I just don't understand. It's like,
does he miss his wife and kids?
Yeah.
Do they even know he's gone?
Do they even know that's the same? That's not the same guy.
How many times have I killed him in line of duty? He just comes back.
That whole scenario, because my brother was fine with like the action games, but he was fucking terrible at like puzzles and shit. So it very quickly became he would do all the fighting and I had to solve all the puzzles for him.
That's called teamwork, sir.
Hey, it's called at least he was letting you play too.
Oh, hilarious.
What's next?
So we watched Willow at Jay Gilmer's suggestion.
And then we actually watched Willow too.
Willow too.
So first, I would like to state that apparently neither one of us have actually ever
Watched
seen Willow.
The original Willow movie. We both thought
It was a totally
different movies
movie.
were that. I don't feel as bad about mine. She should feel worse about hers. I thought apparently I was thinking of a Troll in Central Park. I thought this Willow was an animated movie and everything like that. I was apparently thinking of a Troll in Central Park, which is not a bad movie.
No.
Stephanie should feel a little worse about hers, in all honesty.
What were you thinking of,
She goes,
Stephanie?
"Wait, isn't Willow the movie with the grandpa and the kid with Fred Savage?" I'm like, "That's the Princess Bride, baby."
Oh my God.
That's not even. I mean, timeline's right. I guess timeline's right, and that's the only thing that's accurate about that guess there.
Inconceivable.
Or something.
Yeah, no. So yeah, neither of us had ever actually seen Willow. The original, honestly, not bad. Val Kilmer, solid performance.
Not terrible.
For being 17, Warwick Davis, really impressive, honestly. Overall, cute, solid, fun, goofy, extremely campy and ridiculous movie.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Now the TV show.
It's okay.
The TV show. So we haven't finished. I think we are.
Yeah, the
No,
new
we're
episode.
I think we're one episode behind now
Yeah.
because we didn't watch the one that came out this last week. We did.
Yeah, because the new one I think drops tomorrow.
Yeah, we watched the first 6 of that, and it's kind of sad to say that the worst part of it is Warwick Davis. He's not gotten any better at acting. He's okay, but through his getting older and already having his mobility challenges and stuff like that, he's been putting on a very wooden performance, in all honesty. It's not bad, but everybody else in it is actually a very strong actor, I would say. So it highlights his inadequacies in some areas.
So at the end, at the end of the movie, whatever.
At the end of the movie, they hide the baby.
Yeah, well, they adopt the baby, but then like there's a prophecy that like the evil queen lady's not actually dead, and the evil's like gonna come back up or whatever. So they decide they're gonna hide the child, and no one except the king and queen are gonna know anything.
And Willow.
Right.
And then
And
basically
within,
they outlaw magic.
And within
2
the
years.
first half of the first episode, I go, yo, that bitch is the baby.
Of course.
Yeah, but they didn't do the big reveal until like halfway through episode 3.
Yeah.
Or she comes up and actually finds Willow, and then all of a sudden it's like...
Yeah, then he reveals that, oh, you were hidden away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was until episode 3. It's literally like halfway through the first episode, she goes, oh, all right.
That girl's gonna be...
No, well, she said, it's one of 2 options. Either it's this one, and I'm like, okay, which was like the main daughter. She's like, well, it's either her.
No.
But you said, but I don't think it is.
I said it's either the night girl or the blonde kitchen maid.
Sorry, yes.
I didn't say it was the main daughter
You're
at
not
all.
right. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. It's the daughter's girlfriend. But there is one.
So,
there's one great dude. What is it? What is his name?
Baldmore.
Thraxis.
Peterman?
Thraxis. He's a ridiculous human being.
He's the big bard.
He basically plays horny bard.
Dude.
He plays like somebody double multi-class bard and barbarian. So he's both horny and angry, and
he's honestly
quite funny.
The best part of the show because the girls are all the redhead. She's not bad. She's pretty okay, but the other two are just like whiny and annoying.
Sad thing for him. It's full of lesbians.
and the one who isn't already has the whole quest is to go find her beau. So
they're either lesbians or
already taken. Yeah. Oh, underage or already taken. Yes, that's pretty much what he's got.
No,
poor guy.
No, because now he's with the other one. They got back together or whatever. The Bone Reaver chick.
I don't remember what. Oh yeah, some other assassin lady thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's angry.
Everybody's angry.
There's lots of little more actual, little more action, a little more brutal than the original movie. Definitely a little bit. They're diving more into actual characterization and theming and stuff like that. Other than just being a really fun romp through a fantasy land, they're fleshing it out pretty good. There's some interesting, I guess, question boxes that they've put out there that they haven't quite opened yet. There's a lot more questions than answers in the show so far, but again, it's only the first half of it. So if they actually pay off most of those, I'll be happy with where it ends up, hopefully. But if they just do like the Lost version of things and just go, well, we're going to answer one question, and here's 37 more. Here you go. I'm like, no, let's answer more questions than we ask. Or at least as many. But, so yeah, if they actually manage to accomplish that by the end of the first season here, then I think it will be a success. But right now, there's too much open right now for really to make a final judgment on it for sure.
Well, they're only I guess at the halfway
about halfway through.
So we still got lots of questing to do.
Christian Slater showed up and that messed me up.
Oh yeah, he did. Because
Val Kilmer is obviously not going to show up. So they're like, all right, who's somebody else ridiculous from the 80s that we can throw in here?
So yeah, and at first they kind of threw us off because when he introduced himself as Mads Mordigan, and we're like, that's Val Kilmer's character.
Well, so I'm like, well, they're gonna actually recast him and put him in this? If you're gonna, and I was sitting there, I'm like, well, if you're gonna do it, it's actually not a bad choice for the character that he played in the original Willow movie. I'm like, yeah. Christian Slater could have easily played that character.
But I think they did do a really good job of kind of like honoring Val Kilmer's character without like making you miss him. Does that make sense? They
still made him integral to the show without being there, which is kind of neat. And they did have a great cameo experience from the original what's her name? The love interest, the princess from the first one. I can't remember her freaking name now. But the actual actress, the actual actress came back for the first episode too to send them off on their quest, kind of thing like that, basically.
Popping up throughout.
Every now and then, at least.
The queen of
Val Kilmer's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Technically,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he does not act. The only reason he did any acting he's got, throat cancer, he can't talk. Okay. He actually can't talk anymore at all. He didn't even talk.
They could have recast him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He didn't even talk in Top Gun Maverick. They used both the computer thing and then actual voice dub from him from the original movie.
I mean, they could have just, in the series in Willow, they would have just been like, he had a tragic accident. And then he's just the silent character acting.
That actually would have been kind of neat too. But what they did is like they made it so he doesn't have to be there. But they did still leave it open that it could maybe at some point that he could poke his head out, kind of thing like that.
He just poke his head out, or he's like on the side of the hill or something after like being like in this back scene.
I want to see in the background like, yes, no, you've gone on, and now I can finally leave and rest in peace, kind of thing like that.
Bye.
Just far enough and like, that was pretty good. I saw it.
Yeah.
Everything was great. Love you guys.
Good job.
Do not follow me.
And I think so far we've only lost one of our questers.
Someone died.
Yeah, only one though. Who will fall? But no, I think many more of them will be dead before the end of the first season here. Honestly, they're gonna knock some off.
Thraxus, whatever.
Thraxus the Relaxus.
As long as he survives.
I'm reserving final judgment. Awful person. So yeah, Peter, how bad was it that we did not know that we actually had never seen Willow the movie?
I mean, not that bad. I've only seen the first half of the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never tried to like watch it on my own. I only saw it in like a health class in fucking high school because the teacher didn't want to teach.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
You can get away with watching the show without watching the movie, but there are some like little nods and throwbacks.
I will say,
that's how legacy sequels work.
Yeah, they did enough from like the intro and that, like, having just watched the movie, I'm like, oh, that was basically the entire movie. None of the heart of the movie is there, quote unquote, but you get all the information you need 100% to never have seen the movie and still watch the show.
Stop it. Evil Tom is coming out. I can sense it.
Keep myself in.
He's a bad person.
I'm not a bad person. I just find comedy's funny.
I mean, the original movie is hilarious. There were some great parts in that movie, honestly.
Have you ever seen the comedian Brad Williams?
Yes, that motherfucker is
hilarious.
I think he technically has to be the funniest comic out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because
he's the shortest.
He packs the same amount of funny in a smaller package. I'm just saying, it's a more efficient delivery method. And he would appreciate that joke, so I can say that one. In fact, I think he's made that joke, and it's pretty good. No, he's what's the name of the show? It's either like This Isn't. I think it's like This Isn't Happening, or it's a Comedy Central show. That's what it was, and it was hosted by Ari Shaffir for a while. And Brad Williams has an amazing couple of ones, just stories that shit that has happened in his life that you're like, that should never happen. And I'm so glad that you're the one who gets to tell that story, because no one would do it justice. And that was amazing. Well done. That's where I got into Bert. That's where I saw Bert Kreischer for the first time too, was on that. And then he's like, they ended that part with like, all right, now I'll tell you the machine. And I'm like, what's the machine? They seemed excited about that. Oh, there's a good reason why they're excited about that. That might be the best story ever told.
And now it's going to be a movie.
Supposedly that's actually going to eventually come out in 2023, supposedly. Mark Hamill plays Bert Kreischer's dad in that movie.
The Machine. Bert Kreischer.
Did Mark Hamill have something happen to him recently?
I don't think so.
He was very sad Kevin Conroy died.
Jeremy Renner got
run over by his own snowplow.
Trying to save an entire other human-ass person, to be clear.
He is.
Oh, I didn't actually read the story because I didn't want to
She didn't want to see any pictures.
I didn't want to see any pictures. They were like, he's in the ICU, and I was like, no thanks. So all I know is that there was a snowplow involved.
It sounds like him. I think he actually is trying to become Hawkeye. I'm not sure.
It wouldn't surprise me. They
He
could just use that as like a bit for the next season if they ever do a season 2.
He seems like a pretty nice dude. I'm just saying.
I mean, he is okay. He did send out a tweet, and he was like, "Look, guys, I'm alive," and everything was covered up, so you could only see his one black eye. And I'm like, okay.
Well, once you recover, Jeremy Renner, I'd love to go out for a beer with you, dude. I think you'd be a cool guy to go out for a beer with.
He's probably got some stories.
Yeah, about how he got ran over by a snowplow.
It's better than a reindeer. Well, no, it's
debatable.
Not. It's not. But
it's like a lawnmower for snow.
But you won't get made fun of as much. People feel worse for you. Ooh, snow.
It's either a snow plow with the actual.
I'm hoping it's a snow plow, not a blower. Like I said, I'm hoping it's a plow, not a blower. I'm hoping he was just like.
Hopefully it was like a vehicle that struck him, or he pushed out of the way somebody and then got hit. But
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't actually look into it.
I hope it was the riding lawnmower with the plow attached on the front. but you have the mowing deck off.
Yeah, but if it was like the big giant trucks, poor guy. Like that's even worse.
If he lived, that's actually the surprising part. Yeah.
I mean, he didn't have to have anything amputated.
That's good.
Jesus.
Like he's.
That
good.
actually sounds legit scary.
I could feel that snow just coming at you like a freaking brick wall if he was near it or something. So.
Peter seems to have more on this story.
Not much more, just that he was trying to save someone.
Local coverage.
Well, that's good. At least he tried to save somebody.
Though it looks like from some images, it was like an actual like big snowplow.
Like a big truck, one of those yellow trucks that's right down the road.
That's gotta hurt bad.
Yeah. Ugh. God, I wonder how that works.
Not well, apparently.
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering how the scenario went down. It was like some kid playing in the street, and then all of a sudden the snowplow was just going,
"Get down!"
You know, he's like, "Oh my god!" You know, diving for this kid to push him out of the way. As a snowplow just...
Now do we need to film it? Plowed. The Jeremy Renner story.
Plowed. I wouldn't want my name attached to that movie.
Then that was a successful naming. All right. Perfect.
I can't with you people.
Jeremy's going to be like, fuck no. Let's call it something else. Plow.
I see you.
I see you. Nice.
But I see why. Dash
you. Y-O-U.
You're so dumb.
And it's Jeremy with an IC in his hand.
I'd watch it.
Has nothing to do with an IC.
Of course. But everything to do with the ICU.
Oh my god. The ICU.
I haven't seen Tom laugh this hard in a really, really long time.
Normally we have to get him punch drunk to get here, but...
Oh my god.
This new job's doing you good.
Yeah, I'm more relaxed. Oh man, that's too funny.
Good, let it flow through you. Let the happiness flow through.
Let the happiness flow through you. Good.
In with the love,
so
out with the hate.
We also finally finished Lucifer.
It took us a while because those last 2 seasons were
a
struggle, honestly.
Huge struggle, but
at that point I was just trying to finish it.
And
there were some good parts to the last season.
And then they Doctor Who'd the ending.
I was gonna say they supernatural the ending, and it pissed me off.
No, they definitely Doctor Who'd it because like it was one of those things where it basically was like funky time travel, and one of those where like
that part,
yeah, like obviously he's the one that caused the thing, but how could the thing have even been caused if like they hadn't? You know, like one of those things, and you're
so
like...
they got stuck in a shitty time loop, and in order to make the good thing that happened because of the shitty time loop, they have to keep the shitty time loop going, even though it hurts everyone they love. But eventually it'll be all okay. And then it does. And then they do the flash forward through time thing, and everybody's storyline is wrapped up, and everybody gets the exact happy ending that they wanted. And it's like that...
understands.
But... I know you want to put a nice tight bow on it, and especially after you came back and you were already canceled, and you came back and you got to do the final season on Netflix and wrap it up. So you really final 2 seasons on Netflix, and you really got to wrap it up. But they're like, yeah, but you're wrapping it the fuck up.
Well, that was actually Tom Ellis's decision.
Well, yeah, which was good, but they tried to put honestly too pretty of a bow on it. They're like, it's all very nice and neat, and I'm like, with how messy the show had always been, it feels actually unfinished to leave it that neat. It's kind of weird. You're like, nah, you guys actually wrapped it up too good. It actually makes me feel like I'm now missing the next season where the big bad thing happens again.
See, whatever happened to Trixie?
Exactly. Nobody knows. Well, the child actor was probably getting too old, kind of thing like that. She didn't really look like herself anymore.
Yeah, she still did, but I'm saying like the whole big thing why the main character got mad was because they were like, you were my dad and you weren't even at mom's deathbed. But where was your sister?
Yeah, no.
Like
it was weird.
either the ring that Lucifer gave Chloe like made her live way longer than she should have, and so Trixie died before her.
Or Trixie just went back onto the corner.
They did give her a stripper name to begin with. They made that joke throughout the series. And I did enjoy it.
It is Lucifer, so yeah, of course they made that joke.
It's great, honestly. But she's like 5 through the first half of the series, and he's like, "Well, your daughter's got a stripper name," and you're like, "And he's saying it with a lovely British accent." So it's quite funny. But no, overall, like there was some good parts of the last season, but it was disappointing. It wasn't quite like Game of Thrones bad. It didn't make me hate the rest of the series for how bad it was, kind of thing like that. But it felt like that's what I was saying. It was like a Supernatural. It felt like it did a disservice. And Supernatural, I'll give a little bit of leeway because they wrapped it up during COVID restrictions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those, yeah, okay, I see you aren't probably happy with this ending, so I'm okay with it because I know that you get people making it. We're like, this is not exactly what we wanted to do. We got as close as we could. But you guys all know this isn't exactly what we want to do. And you're like, all right, I'm fine with that. This one, I'm like, you had all the funding, you had all the writing, you had a set planned ending, and it still felt like you dropped the ball. So, come on. I don't know, but there's so many disappointing endings to TV shows out there.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about it a little bit before the show. Peter, you had thought of one?
Well, to be fair, y'all just kind of took the most obvious one of Game of Thrones had a really fucking bad ending.
I didn't take anything.
I'm sorry.
I've watched the first season of that show twice and haven't gotten any further. So
it was so bad. That's the only portion of it that has survived in popular culture is that it was bad.
That it was a really bad ending. No, so when I was thinking of them earlier, my mind was kind of going to shows that probably went on a little too long.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's some of those too.
Yeah, pretty much any CW superhero show. You shouldn't have gotten past the second season.
Arrow could make it to 4.
No.
It definitely shouldn't have gone past that, but you could make an argument for being okay to 4. It was downhill after 2, but if they had stopped it at 4, it would have still been okay.
What is your memory of the 4th season of Arrow?
Maybe, honestly, I have it messed up.
That's why I'm asking.
I'm probably thinking of the second season and just thinking that it lasted longer than it did, didn't I? Honestly, when they started bringing in like 3 different Black Canaries is when I started getting lost.
Yeah, that was the second half of season 4.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, like I said, okay, there we go. That's where I lost it. You're right.
So that was the one where they killed the original Black Canary, but then also brought in her clone, and her sister was also Black Canary.
Yeah, see, there we go. I'm like, I knew there was like 3 of them running around at one point.
Yeah.
Season
2 was the Deathstroke stuff, which is where
that was
agreed, like, this
it was really good.
Show. That 70s show was one of those too. That last season shouldn't have happened.
100%. That's the last season of that 70s. Actually, probably the last 2 seasons, honestly.
Yeah, the one before that wasn't amazing either. You could tell they ran out of gas there.
Yeah, well, when Topher Grace and what's her name, when Donna and Eric got married, and then like immediately after that, they're just like, all right, we're just gonna keep making their lives shitty. I'm like, all right, this is getting too much.
Eric doesn't show up to the wedding. They don't get married.
Well, yeah. Scrubs, that was another one that should definitely not have. That last season shouldn't even exist.
Would have been fine if they hadn't made the spin-off show the 9th season. Because that 9th season was supposed to be a completely different show that was only like tangentially related to Scrubs. And instead they're like, well, no, people like Scrubs, so you should do.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a spin-off, but then they turned it into a soft pilot that lasted an entire season. That was also a really bad plan.
Awful season.
It was very poor.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer
went too long. Yeah, I'd agree.
It was, well, it's not even that it went too long. It had an ending at the end of season 5. Like, it was an ending. But when they like jumped networks and everything, Joss Whedon convinced them to let him bring it back for 2 more seasons, which not only weren't great, but then the actual ending of Buffy was, like, awful.
It was dumb.
What about Angel, the show?
That was the next one that I was going to bring up because it was, like...
I think this might be a Joss Whedon problem because we remember, like, those shows, yeah, are beloved, but people go, yeah, they ended poorly. But people were like, oh, but like Dollhouse, do you ever see Dollhouse? Oh my God, I wish that show had lasted so long. I think it's only remembered as being good because it only lasted for 1.5 seasons. And honestly, I love it. But Firefly is probably only remembered as a great show because it only lasted 1 season and we never got to see them fuck it up.
Right.
Well, yeah, and the movie they tried to kind of fuck it up too.
What about like Stargate? Stargate was good up to a point.
No, Stargate honestly was good up to a point. Had a real lull once O'Neill was gone for a little while, but then really came back hard
At the very end.
At the very end, like the Ori stuff was actually pretty solid.
But
It ended up being pretty good.
I kind of felt that way about Supernatural, and you know I love Supernatural. But, like, they
Supernatural
had
definitely
a 5-year plan. Hi, Mr. Kitty.
And then a 2-year lull, and then pretty solid.
Season 6 and 7 are definitely, like, there's a bunch of good, memorable episodes in those 2 seasons, but, like, the overall arcs...
And cohesion was just not there yet.
Yeah, not there.
Is he going to do it? I thought he was going to jump.
He's thinking about it, but there's a bunch of stuff and he's unsure.
There he is.
Hi,
It's kind of the same thing with Community. They probably should have ended that at the 3rd season.
Well, they are apparently... The movie is officially shooting.
Buddy, you're licking your butt again.
The movie is now officially shooting. 6 seasons in a movie. Well, the gas leak season shouldn't count.
You know,
and the Yahoo season really shouldn't have counted either.
A lot of people like to make fun of that season.
No, I think there were some great parts. I think there was.
That's got some of the more memorable parts of the show, isn't that one?
Like I said, I think that's got some great parts to it. But that was where it really truly went off the rails for a little bit, and they tried to bring it back to almost normal.
Right. It is unfortunate that it happened the way that it did with the plan that the creator had for it getting thrown out the fucking window. But that season has some of my favorite episodes.
Oh, it does have some good stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of Dan Harmon, fucking Rick and Morty should have probably ended a while ago.
Yeah, that one's probably also gone on too long. Maybe he can bring it back around. But I think he's pulled a Seth MacFarlane, where he's just doing that for the paycheck, right, and now he's doing his other stuff that he actually likes. Because Solar Opposites is pretty fucking solid, and now he's got like 2 other animated shows that he's writing, producing, and running too that are all like Hulu originals.
Also came out with the game, didn't they?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
High on Life.
High on Life, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's diversifying, and now he's just like, well, that's my built-in safety money because it was supposed to be Community, but now that didn't pan out necessarily the way he wanted it to either. But he's like, well, I can just make Rick and Morty merchandise money for literally ever. There will now be a Rick and Morty county fair prize at every Carney booth ever from now on. Just like, oh, there's always going to be a Pikachu there. There's always going to be a knockoff Nemo. And yeah, you don't get quite as much money from the knockoffs, but you still get money from the knockoffs. Even if you had to sue them for it.
Tom, you got any?
What, bits?
No,
Movies
we're going to do bits in a little bit, but...
Movies that
should have ended too soon or had a really bad ending.
Yeah, should have ended sooner or have had an awful ending.
This episode.
Should have ended sooner.
The entirety of it.
And will probably have an awful ending.
Why are you the worst?
No,
that was a good one. I like that one.
I mean, out of everything you guys talked about, that's pretty much all that's in my head, and I got nothing else. I don't watch a lot of TV, so I can't say much.
I know there's a lot of shows that just should never have been made, but that's a longer and much more difficult list.
Does Kenobi count as one that should have ended much sooner?
The production hell that Kenobi went through should have ended much sooner. They should have just done it with the original intention of having it be a movie, and it probably would have been fine.
Right. Same thing with Book of Boba Fett when you just kind of low-key did an episode of Season 3 of Mandalorian.
That's really what that should have been, is they should have just called it The Mandalorian Season 3, The Book of Boba Fett. instead of trying to make it its own thing and then like have cut that shit in half.
And then cut it in half, give more Mandalorian to it, and then guess what? Then you can visit Boba Fett whenever you want in season 4 of The Mandalorian, because you've established that he's sitting there and is a great now going to be a great boon to him because he goes, well, I got a spot, I got a guy that can facilitate trade, I got a guy that can hide money, I got a guy that can protect me if I need to.
And you got a lady that can fix your ships.
And and he's got a Rancor now, so, or I guess they killed the Rancor. No, the Rancor probably lived.
I think it did.
Probably.
It's probably not very happy right now, but it probably lived.
It just took a nap.
We're gonna.
It's a random thought, but the
gonna see
lady
Danny
that plays
Trejo
the
again.
mechanic in Mandalorian plays a doctor in Clerks 3, who Randall explains the entirety of the Mandalorian to.
That just makes that was definitely a conscious decision on.
Oh, of course.
On
Kevin Smith's
Smith's part, 100%. He's like, no, that's who we're getting for this part, and that's what you're going to talk to her about.
He's been so sweet. Look at that sweet boy.
Does that really happen? Okay, because I haven't seen Clerks 3 yet.
That happens like really close to the beginning too.
Nice.
That's actually. I need to see Clerks 3 because I've actually heard it was pretty fun.
I
really
remember
enjoyed
the second
Clerks 3.
one.
Well,
The second one kind of sucks,
Yeah,
but the third one's really good.
what I hear about Clerks 3 is it's actually kind of like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where it's very meta and it pokes its fun at itself through more of it.
Well, it's a movie about them making Clerks 1, so
Yes.
of course it's meta as shit.
No, but like I said, but it's also but have you've seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that one just because they're like, oh yeah, they have Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in it playing the characters they are in the View Askew universe, but then they also have them being them and also being assholes too, and you're like, all right, this is really fun. And then they punch Jason Mewes in the mouth, and that's always just a good time.
So you're gonna spoil this for me a little bit, but did they have like they were making the movie in 3 for 1, but did they like put anybody else into the roles of themselves?
For Clerks 3?
Yeah. Or did they
No.
act it out themselves?
So there's an auditioning scene where they're talking about hiring people, and so you see a bunch of different actors show up. But no, it's eventually decided by Randall that no one can play them but them, so they get most of the original Clerks 1 cast back to reprise their roles,
Oh.
both as the person that they were in reality and the character they're playing.
I mean, I would have kind of found it funny if like all of them that were there and like Jay and Silent Bob are like sitting there watching like 2 kids act out their own shit.
and Jay just comes up, no, motherfucker, that's not how you do that.
Look, you do it like this. He like opens up his coat. And he's like,
Look, am I a woman?
Yeah.
Am I a woman?
They
It's my hetero life made
kind of
Bob.
have a scene like that, but it's not them watching a new. I don't want to say anything because I know Zach wants to fucking see it, so I'll leave it be. But I enjoyed this one a lot more than 2.
Two got rough at the end.
It did.
I mean, 1 got rough at the end, honestly, but 2 got worse.
It's to the end to have the donkey show.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe I have seen.
It is worth noting. I say that they're making Clerks 1. There is a good amount of Clerks 2 being referenced, and it's a big part of the story of 3. It's just clearly the one that they cared about the most was Clerks 1.
Well, yeah, that's the original.
Yeah.
It's the first one where he's like, my girlfriend sucked 47 dicks.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, that's the one.
And then has sex with a dead guy.
And then,
Yep.
no, that's not her that has sex with the dead guy. It's a
Is it
different
not
girl.
her?
It's a
Oh,
different
it's her
girl.
friend, yeah.
It's the girl that he's been like obsessed with the
Yeah.
entire movie that he was not dating.
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah.
And then now he's like, well, I can't do anything with her now. She fucked a dead guy.
She was traumatized. I think that there was a statement like she had to go to like a mental
In
hospital.
Clerks 2, yeah, they make reference to it in Clerks 2, and she did not have a very happy fate in any way, shape, or
No.
form.
Okay, to be fair, she doesn't show the fuck back up for the third one.
Well, that would make sense. She didn't show up for the
some
second one
obvious
either.
reasons.
I think that's why they had to explain her away in the second one.
I can't say one of my favorite parts in Clerks 2. We'll have to get to the show.
Oh, I'm sure I know what you're thinking about. No, you can't say one of your favorite parts in Clerks 2.
It's the thing that happens in a movie, but I think it's going to make you look good that's your favorite part.
Yeah, no,
okay.
It's my favorite part because
I can kind of, if you know the movie well enough. Is it the part when they come back from like the go-kart scene and they have like the big argument in front of the couple in the restaurant?
Yeah, and then
you can't say it.
Right. I'm not gonna say it.
Right.
It's the moment where he says he's trying to bring it back.
Oh yes, his grandma used to call him that.
He's trying to take it back.
The only reason that I found it hilarious was a simple fact. He's like, no, that's what my grandma used to call me. She's like, no, man, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
No,
super not okay.
I was like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, now I know which part you're talking about. Yeah.
That was probably like the most like uncomfortable part that you're like, oh no.
It's like the sex scene with your dad in the movie right next to you. You're like, but with everyone in the theater, you're like, oh, there's too many white people in this theater, aren't there, guys?
I laughed hysterically, and so
you
did
should.
every other person.
Yeah, but you're like, no, don't.
Everybody's like,
It's that secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, don't do it, please.
You're more so embarrassed for him being called that by his grandma.
Yeah, he's like, I thought it was a term of endearment. She always said she was always so nice to us kids. That sounds like something my grandma would have done. Honestly, 100%. That sounds like something my grandma would have done.
It's just that old person humor.
What is the kid's name in Clerks 2?
The kid.
Which kid?
Elias.
Didn't he say it?
No, he doesn't say it in 3. But he comes. I was glad to see he came back to be like a main character in 3.
Oh, because he's still their friend after they worked at movies.
Yeah, so he's working with them now at the new or at the reopened shop.
Are the shutters? Spoilers are okay. Are the shutters still down?
No, because they fixed it, but they do explain that's what they did, like why they're closing them all the time for the movie. It's like, we can only film at night.
We'll film at night. Yeah. They're broken.
People mess with these shutters all the time, so we'll just close the shutters and give an excuse as to why it's locked up. Because
that's the actual excuse, and that's the real reason they actually did it.
Yeah, a lot of it is clearly just thrown out. Like, this is things that they had to do to make this movie
work. This
is
the stupid bullshit we actually had to go through.
Yeah. It's quietly actually just a documentary on making that movie.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Is Kevin Smith talking at all in that entire movie, or is he just
videotaping
and he's not saying a fucking word?
Silent Bob is silent for most of it, but he has a little rant in the middle.
Like always, Silent Bob gets one rant. He gets one serious explanation, like 2 ridiculous facial expressions, and one rant where he just goes off on somebody.
Well, you figured he would be like the director, and he would just be quiet the whole entire time.
Because Randall's the director. He is the one actually doing the filming. He's the cinematographer.
Okay.
Who's always quiet.
Yeah. He technically has 2. He has one about why he should be the cinematographer, and then he has the one that he originally gave in the first Clerks movie, entirely because Jay is incapable of remembering the entirety of the rant, so he keeps like fucking it up and gets mad. And
he's like, "Oh, fuck it, I'll just do it."
Pretty much exactly that.
You're Silent Bob. It doesn't work. But you're Silent Bob.
I'm about to watch it now.
It's good.
I really do too. I'm actually.
Where's it streaming?
I would fucking.
On one of
I don't think it's on streaming. I think you have to just buy it.
Oof.
No, Peter.
You should also just give money to support the movie because it's good.
Can I buy it digitally somewhere?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
I know you can. Amazon Prime Video, $6.
Yeah, it's not streaming anywhere for free. You'd have to go to one of the Amazon Prime and buy it.
That's fine.
Yeah, I can do that.
Prime Video, $6.
I just don't want to order it and wait for it to come to my house.
Dark
You could
comedy.
just go to a Best Buy. They're selling it there.
It is a rated
and
R.
I have to walk into a Best Buy.
It was very sad because when I went to go see that in the theater, because it was a limited release, and I guess not a lot of people knew. There was only 3 other people there.
I didn't even know it came out in theaters, honestly.
No, I thought I told you I was going to see it.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
You didn't invite us.
Yeah, I'm sorry y'all didn't go on a 4-hour drive to go see the movie with me.
I could have.
Yeah, we might have.
If I wanted to, Peter. I miss you.
Yeah, there was only like 3 people there.
That's kind of sad. Sad.
They were all clearly fans, like they were laughing their asses off, but it's just unfortunately very empty.
Sad.
So my tears.
Oh.
I wasn't sure.
Let's talk some community. Our community, not the show community.
Community?
Sure, the first 3 seasons are just great.
We just talked about community. I think it's all good up until Troy leaves.
So just I just got 2 major people's
2 major
comments. So, Julie Henschel actually commented on a couple of our videos, so I'm just gonna read them all together.
Thanks,
so
Julie.
These are from some various things. She's going back and watching our old stuff. Yeah.
Apparently binging.
Wow.
The 8-bit cat.
No one should binge us.
You should talk. If you've binged 8-bit cats, please talk to your doctor.
In reference to when we were talking about Taylor Swift tickets and Ticketmaster, her tickets were crazy high. From when we did our Christmassy one and you had your background, she said your friends' Christmas decorations are so pretty. Happy New Year, y'all. I already explained to her that was a background.
That was.
You fake everything. You're a liar, deceiver. And then she said, "Love these and can't wait till y'all go live," referring to one day when we Twitch things.
Oh, you don't want to see that. Edited.
I would watch Stephanie be really bad at video games.
Edited is rough enough.
The point is, I wasn't gonna Twitch by myself. Is it would be me playing and you guys
edited is rough
coming
enough.
in to.
Oh, I'll just say us doing the show Twitch live. Oh man.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Terms of service would be
There's
gone.
far too many.
We
you should cut that.
We don't have. There's not a standards and practice guy fast enough with the reflexes on the button. He wouldn't be able to blink this live. I'm just saying it wouldn't work out. Dude, you can just hold it, man. You might as well just hold it.
Well,
Tom's almost done. Just hold it.
You've all seen various stages of me playing video games, so.
I saw you shoot a wall and claim to kill him.
I didn't shoot the wall. There was a bad guy there. Damn it!
I saw you stare at the ground for a little while.
We can go back to the tape. Hey, she's pretty good at some things. I've seen her play some video games. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good.
She can play video games. She just needs to practice.
She's at a little
bit.
I just
I'm
need
sure that
words
she
of
never gets got the
encouragement.
knife that can carry her through the game.
You guys are so mean.
Until someone dies and then she gives up.
What if they're scary things? If they jump out at her, she's done.
Then she
True.
just makes somebody else play.
True.
That's somebody else's responsibility to play that game.
Hold this.
Yeah.
And by hold this, I mean play this so I can watch.
Play it. So
Go left.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to go left, but I want you to. Okay, we're going left.
I guess we're going left.
We had for a while,
So that's how I
Tom
played.
and I were playing Detroit Become Human, meaning he was playing, but I was telling him what decisions to make.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how we played all of Fallen Order.
He had 2 files. He had his file that he did his thing, and then my file where he'd be like, okay, now what do you want to do? Make it blue. No,
Okay.
use the
That was
other
spent
one.
just customizing the lightsaber.
Huh?
How much time was spent on that file just customizing the lightsaber then?
Longer than I wanted.
Him, not just the lightsaber either. His poncho
And BD1.
and BD1. They had to be stylish.
BD had to be looking cool.
I didn't so much care about
Hey,
the ship.
I
but I
looked-
was like,
So your game.
I looked up on Game Informer where to find the one that looks like Clint Eastwood. Got that one first and have not changed the poncho on him the entire time the rest of the game.
I figured you would have got through the customization probably within like 3 to 5 minutes and been like, yeah, okay, this is right.
Right.
And then you start playing it. She took probably like 10, 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah. And then I went back and I'm like, well, I already know where all the options are, so I know which ones I wanted to actually change mine to now. I'm like, when I got to the double blade, when I got to the portion where you finally got the double bladed one, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I know what I want to do. I've looked through this. This is gonna work great. She basically, when we went to Disney, ended up making the lightsaber that she had made in that game. That's pretty much what she based it on. And she's like, oh, that looks like the one. Yeah, okay.
except it was a different color.
Shucks.
Because I already had a blue one, a purple one, and he had the blue one, so we had to make a green one. And next time we go, he's gonna do a red
I'm
one,
gonna finally make a red one.
so we can have all the colors. and all the.
Or not.
Didn't you just buy a red crystal?
Expensive. But I want to be able to display all the colors at once.
Well, so we have all of the
I want a full fucking rainbow. Okay, you got a problem with that?
all the what's it called?
And I need to buy 2
classes or whatever.
Yeah.
However you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, we also need to get 2 replacement blades. I need to get 1 Shoto blade for her stupid, ridiculous, super fucking awesome Ahsoka ones.
You have to replace it?
No.
It didn't come with blades. It only came with the hilts.
But I want to have the blades just in case you ever want to do it. We'll probably just display the hilts because it's a cool box and it does everything like that. But I'm like, well, but what if we ever want to stick blades in it and make it look cool? What if I ever want to stab somebody with it? What if you ever want to do an Ahsoka cosplay? I don't know.
Yeah, what if I ever get my...
Cosplay.
I definitely just said cosplay, didn't I?
Ahsoka's cosplay.
Ahsoka cosplay.
And then our other one was from our number 1 fan, J Gilmore 42.
What?
Happy New Year, guys!
What's that? That's this year.
What movies are you most excited about seeing in 2023?
Ooh.
For me, it's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny and John Wick Chapter 4.
I'm apprehensive about Indiana Jones just because I think it's going to be time travel. But I think I just saw the movie I might be most excited for in 2023, and I didn't even know it was happening, but it's coming out in April. And it is, now I can't remember the name of it. It's the story of Dracula.
Oh, with Nick Cage.
With Nicolas Cage.
Renfield.
Yeah, but it's actually about his assistant and how he, like they put out the red band trailer for it, so it's the one that like they can say all the cursing and has the bloodshed and stuff like that in it, and it's just him going to like a basically an AA meetings, but he's like, I'm in an abusive relationship, I need help, and they're like he's talking all about his crazy boss, and they're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what it feels like, and he just keeps getting more. I'm like, I don't think we're on the same page. And then they get the random guy that comes in, the door knocks and he goes, oh, we're just having a meeting, come on in. He's like, no, because he just invited Dracula into their meeting. He's like, all right, now it's time to feast on the blood of the innocent. All right. And yeah, Nick Cage is
Dracula,
a over the top, and from what it looks like in the trailer, going to be an over-the-top version of Dracula.
Because
excited for it.
According to What We Do in the Shadows, you have to invite a vampire into your house.
That's old school lore.
That's original.
That is old school lore.
Old vampire lore.
Yeah, you can't
have to be invited in. Yeah,
they can't get into your home.
They can't cross the threshold without being invited.
Yeah.
Man, what else is coming out this year?
2 I'm excited about would be Dial of Destiny, because fuck you, that's going to be good.
I'm just apprehensive. I'm hoping.
Scream 6.
Scream 6.
I've actually.
Speaking of things that have gone on too long.
Probably, but I'm still here for it.
I'm just giving you shit, Peter.
I don't necessarily disagree. It doesn't look like it's actually going to be good, but I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, that seems fine. Dune Part 2 is not supposed to come out in 2023, is it?
I believe it is, actually.
Well, then that's what I'm excited for.
Let's see, because we got a bunch of stuff. The new Avatar 4 is supposed to hit this year. There's a new Ninja Turtles movie on the way.
Star Trek 4? There's another Star Trek?
Apparently.
Yeah. Quantumania, which...
it could be good, could be bad.
I'm so burnt out on the MCU.
I still haven't even seen Black Panther 2.
And clearly everyone's excited for Fast and the Furious 10.
Oh my god, so excited.
Actually, I kind of am. I think they're bringing it back around.
There's another Aquaman
Oh, actually, that Elemental movie.
Elementals. That looks cute.
They shouldn't have made this, but apparently they're making the Meg 2.
Okay. Apparently there's a new Sailor Moon movie coming out or this year.
No.
Is it a movie or is it the Cosmo Show? Because that's supposed to be the next thing in Crystal.
Ooh, Mad Max: The Wasteland is supposed to come out. The sequel to the Tom Hardy Mad Max.
So it is Sailor Moon Cosmos, but that is supposed to be a movie, not a series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Mad Max.
I'm here for it.
What? Nobody's excited for Mario?
Oh, so
no.
excited.
Oh, I'm actually excited for Paint.
The fuck is that?
It's basically it's a independent comedy film, but it's basically parodying the life of Bob Ross. And it's Owen Wilson plays Bob Ross, basically. And I'm like, wow.
Who's getting the money for that?
I'm like, wow. I'm in. Give me 3 wows.
No, I'm being dead serious.
Happy
Who's
little
getting the
clowns.
money for that?
Wow. Well, I don't know. It's not actually based on him. It's not.
Are they using the Bob Ross name?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so, at least.
This is why I'm asking, because I watched this really interesting documentary on Bob Ross.
Well, yeah, it's all fucked up.
And
the film's
because of how
here you
Bob
go.
Ross had like sold his name to like a company, and he was trying to like get it back. And right before he died, he had it in his will that his brother was gonna get like the state until his son became of age. Well, in the meantime, the lady that he married at the last minute and his brother sold everything to that company. So anything you buy with the Bob Ross name doesn't even go to his son, and his son pretty much lives in poverty.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. But no, the film centers on Carl Nargle, who has hosted Vermont's #1 painting show for nearly 3 decades, while Carl's signature whisper has long kept viewers from Pittsfield to St. Albans breathlessly hanging on his every stroke. The station eventually hires a younger, better painter who steals everything and everyone Carl loves. So yeah, he's just the Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Oh, happy little trees. When you come over here, I'm the first original ASMR artist. That's really what that is.
Happy little trees. Wow.
You see, you put a tree in here. You really need a second one. Every tree needs a friend.
Evil Dead Rise is coming out this year.
Ooh, that actually. The only problem with that is it deviates from like the. I like the Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness.
This isn't campy horror. This is horror, and
Though,
Stephanie's not here for it.
Though actually, if it's more like because I think it is more like the television show that they did, Ash versus the Evil Dead, which yes was gory and ridiculous, but was the overtop ridiculous camp that was also Evil Dead.
Did we watch the same trailer?
No, that's what I'm saying. If it was more like the show, I'd be okay, but it does not seem like it's going to be more like the show. It seems like it's going to be, yes, this is a horror film, and Bruce Campbell's going to give us a nice little introduction.
I was getting scared just watching the trailer. Scary. I don't like it.
She doesn't like it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I don't care if it's scary.
You do you, boo.
It could be good.
But I mean, it's got a bunch of people who worked on Ash versus the Evil Dead, plus
like I said,
Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are, while they're not directly involved, they have been consulted about the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, man. I didn't even know. I'm so excited now. Magic Mike's Last Dance comes out in February.
Fuck yeah.
What?
I have not seen either of those other movies. And
Magic Mike about the male strippers.
No, I understand that.
Yeah, but apparently the final installment.
Extra bits.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck you, Tom.
I don't think they needed a second one, let alone a third.
Whatever. We can move on since Tom is done.
I think we're good. I think we got it.
Before we move on, though,
No. I just felt it was a good segue. I mean, he got a bunch of extra bits in a movie, so
Some bits flopping around.
Lots of extra bits.
Extra bit.
I was just gonna. I get it now.
Now you got it.
There she goes.
Took me a minute. Were there
got
any
there.
games coming out this year y'all are excited for?
And the sequel to Fallen Order.
Yes, that's the one I'm most excited for, honestly.
Forspoken comes out in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
Pretty excited.
I fully intend to get that.
Me too.
I just forgot about it. Street Fighter 6 looks fun. Final Fantasy 16.
That's supposed to come out. And then-
Fuck Starfield.
Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
is that
The name that was
the...
announced right after the Queen died, so it was like a big middle finger to anyone British.
Yeah, fuck the Brits.
The Suicide Squad game looks fun.
Is that this year?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's another it's not made by From Software, but it's another Souls-like called Wulong Fallen Dynasty.
Wulong.
No, thank you.
Yeah, you'd be bad at it, but it's fine.
Oh, that's so mean.
It's so true.
I mentioned this game previously.
Is that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's the Rocksteady one. Okay, yeah.
There's another game coming out, God of Mistress Loki's Adventure.
Ignoring that, Lies of P, that weird Pinocchio game.
I didn't know there was a Pinocchio game.
Is it a game where you use strategic lying in order to accomplish
No,
tasks?
it's
or
like,
is it Lines of P?
Like, but the main character is Pinocchio. I've shown you this one before.
But I'm just saying, I want there to be like, you have to pick the correct dialogue option so that you lie, so that your nose grows, so that you accomplish the task that you needed to do, or some stupid bullshit like that.
Lines of P, just another.
Not lines of P. The lies of P. There's no end. Gross, Tom.
Just poke it.
Coming out this year as well.
What was that one, Peter? Tom's still talking about piss.
I'm not talking about piss. I was talking about Pinocchio's nose getting longer. He's just fucking taking lines of coke on the table.
Oh, the lines of P.
P.
Oh, okay. All right. God, I mean, you shouldn't be happy about that. You shouldn't be happy about that.
Avatar Frontiers of Pandora comes out this year. Homeworld 3 comes out this year, and then another Souls-like Black Myth Wukong, which is based around Journey of the West.
No, thank you.
Ooh, good source material though.
Yeah.
He says Souls-like, and I said no, thank you.
I understand, but the story.
Yeah, you still bought the Final Fantasy Souls-like.
And she did really poorly at it.
Also, fun fact: technically, Jedi Fallen Order is a Souls-like.
100%.
Hey, guess who didn't actually play that game?
Guess who played that game for her? We just talked about this. She didn't touch the controller, even to customize her lightsaber.
He tried to get me to try it, and I went, no, thank you.
I'm like, really?
It's really not that bad.
It's
kind
three
of the
buttons
perfect
if you
one
really
to
do it
learn
right.
a Souls game on.
All right, I tell you what.
Especially like if you play it on easy mode, if you can tap 3 buttons in succession,
That comes
you can
out.
win that
What's that
game.
come out in March?
Jedi Survivor, they haven't given a hard date yet that I'm aware
I think
of.
they said spring.
Oh, March
2020.
17th.
Yeah.
Okay,
March
so
17th.
Ooh, St. Patrick's Day.
that gives us 2 months. We're gonna get the Twitch set up.
Redheaded.
We're gonna get going, and then I will attempt to play this game.
Wouldn't want to play through the first one first.
I watched him play it.
She's
play
seen
through it.
She's seen the ending.
If it's a good sequel, it's gonna be based like you kind of want the foundation of the first game on you.
Peter, we've only got 2 months. Who's got time to play a whole?
It's not that long of a game.
He's actually not wrong. If you just go straight through and beat it, the only thing that takes long is 100%ing everything
Yeah.
and getting all the collectibles and all the stupid bullshit.
I like how Peter's getting offended that Stephanie won't play the fucking game.
Play the game!
It's not that
Play
long!
the game. It's
play
the best
Hey,
one
Jesus.
for you to learn how to do it. What's
Hey
up?
Pete, of all the games on that shelf next to Tom, how many of them do you think I beat?
What?
I'm gonna say a solid 0.
Damn, you're good.
No. There's definitely one you beat on there.
No,
I'm sure there is.
there's not.
I think that's just her quietly
I don't even
admitting.
think she's beaten Kingdom Hearts either.
Oh yeah, I did beat that one.
By yourself?
If we're being technical, I didn't beat that version. I beat the original PS2 versions of 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. No.
But I didn't beat the final.
That is on that shelf, though.
You were able to beat Kingdom Hearts 1, and you can't work your way through anything else.
Yeah, because she doesn't have
That
the time
final
now.
fight with Ansem is ridiculous.
She'll-
You're telling me you had to beat that motherfucker 4 times? No stopping,
Sounds like a lot.
no heals. Figure it the fuck out. And yes,
and
I
you
did
can't
it.
play Fallen Order on easy mode.
Yeah, if you just played on the, you can basically just sightsee if you play it on the lowest
honestly,
mode. It's
here's
kind
what
of
I
fun.
Here's what I think happened. Like, play games. Like, right? Like, I was really into it. And then I, had to start adulting, and I just didn't have time. So now my tolerance level for things that are hard is very low.
You're like, I already have a limited amount of time to enjoy this, and if I'm not going to enjoy all of it because it's hard, why would I do it?
Let me tell you.
I see it. All right.
Let me
No
tell you
commitment to our hobbies.
how give up I am.
Apparently, Jesus.
Remember when Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out, and I was like, man,
Yeah, you were gonna play through all of them.
I haven't played this in forever, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna replay. So I started from the beginning, Kingdom Hearts 1, the final mixed version. I got to Hercules World, and I can't believe Cerberus, and I said, no, I'm good.
That's really early.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my tolerance level is. My give up level is very high.
I could be wrong because it's been a minute since I played the first one.
That's the
But
second
I'm pretty
world.
sure. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's one of the first worlds you go to.
Yeah, you
No,
have
it's
your
the
choice.
second.
Well, you
It
have
could
your
be.
choice. You could either go to Alice in Wonderland or you can go to Hercules. I always did Alice in Wonderland first, so I beat that one, and then I went over to Hercules,
You
and I
should
can't
have it
beat that
easier.
motherfucking dog.
Should have had an easier time then.
That's not even that.
You'd have been leveled up. You
Yeah,
just-
well, I just...
It's not like Cerberus gets like a level spike or anything like that. You would
Yeah,
just-
well, he's kicking my ass, and I got mad.
You
I
just
can't
have to have
beat
like
it.
fucking
She lost the
heals
time.
and shit. You'll be fine.
I even tried, because
Lost
you were
the
like, oh, you know what I did? I jumped up on his back and just kept beating the shit out of him.
That's what I did.
You know how fucking hard that is? That's really hard, and I couldn't stay up there, and I got really mad and frustrated.
Yeah.
That's how I beat 90% of the bosses in Skyrim.
You fall down and then you run back and you get them to where you can do it and jump back on them and start
And
beating the
Donald
shit
and
out of
Goofy
them.
are both fucking useless.
Literally how I did it 90% of the time in Skyrim. You jump up on top of like a bureau in the corner and they can't actually find you, but you just stab him every time he walks by. You're like, I am way too low level for this. I should not have been here, but I was climbing sideways up a mountain because my horse died. So
You
we're
know
going
what
to kill
I'm
you
really
now.
good at? I'm really good at watching other people play games, and when they get to the puzzle parts and get frustrated, I'm really good at going, oh, just go over there.
She does help me.
Because you're a fresh mind.
Yeah.
You're not.
Hey,
You
it
haven't
help-
been frustrated the entire time.
It helps
playing
me a
the
lot
game.
because like bad vision too. She'll like, well, that part's a different color. I'm like, fuck, that part's a different color? God damn it, of course it was.
Or, like, sometimes he'll, like, pass a door, and I'm like, why don't you go down that door? What door?
What fucking door? Oh, there's a door there. Yeah, I should go down that one. That's where I was supposed to go. Thank you. I was going to be lost and
See,
frustrated
we make
for a
a
while.
really good team.
I do think you should commit to playing Jedi Survivor though.
I will make an attempt. Tom, help me get Twitch set up.
She's getting to Survivor, not to Fallen Order though. She'll commit to one.
I got, like, 20 other games over there I really want to play.
It's gonna be harder. So I'm like, you should go through the first one first because it'll be easier.
It will
Sounds
be.
like so much
I have the
work.
Doctor Who game over
Wait,
there that I haven't even
wait.
tried.
I beat Halo 1.
She did.
Did you play co-op with anyone else while you were doing it?
It was me.
Yes,
did.
but,
Yeah, she did.
She did.
but I got through it. I didn't give up.
She went all the way through.
Who was driving for the final escape?
Who the fuck do you think?
Exactly.
I need somebody on the chain gun.
I was
Come
really
on.
good at shooting stuff.
Yes, she was great.
And then
By
if
design, that level does not need someone.
She was
you were
great,
supposed
guys.
to be
She was
alone.
really good at the gun. Peter, shut the fuck up.
and then if Stephanie fell out anywhere in the beginning of any level, she would just get teleported all the way to him anyway.
Hey,
Hey, no, there was some great.
only
It was
one
really
time-
helpful because I could just fuck around and like blow myself up with grenades,
Right back.
There was
and then vroom,
Okay.
hey, here we go.
couple things. One, there's that one part on the beach where I got the warthog to go someplace it ain't ever supposed to go, and I did that all by myself.
Inside the temple.
Well, yeah, I did.
did that.
I did. No, I did make her follow me, and she's like, because we did the if you go backwards right as you start instead of doing anything, there's a second warthog, so you can both have one if you do it right.
Yeah.
So we went around. I'm like, all right, now follow me, because we're gonna go up here and we're gonna fight the hunters and do stuff like that. And she's like, what? I'm like, just trust me. I know where I'm going. So I did the thing. You get it sideways up on the wall. You go around the tree that you're not supposed to get up, and you go up the way. And she's like, what? I'm like, just ram at it really hard. Just kind of hit it a little bit side. No, she got it up there. We had both warthogs up at the top with the hunters there. And well, I went first, and they immediately blew me up. And I'm like, stop, reverse. And she goes, what? I'm like, just reverse. Just a
Okay,
little bit forward.
and then second,
Let me get to
there
fighting
were
them.
only a couple times where I got lost and had to get auto teleported to him, and
Admittedly, to be fair, Halo 1, there's some points in like the mid game where you can easily lose track of where the fuck you're supposed
Yeah,
to be going.
you can be
because it
very
all
confused.
looks the
Yes.
same.
It does.
And then
It does help in
third-
the reboot when they actually put some fucking pixels in the game. And you're like, oh, okay. But there's still sometimes I have to go see what it looks like in the original, or else I have no idea where the fuck I'm going. I'm Like, bloop. Oh, there's the shitty light that they had to put on the wall to tell you where it was. All right. Bloop. All right, there we go. We can go again.
When we got to the library, I fucking got us through that.
Actually, she did pretty good on the she actually held her own against the flood.
He said run,
So
and I said bye, bitch.
So she just literally ran to the end.
For the library mission, one player gets the shotgun, and that player's fucking fine. Who had the shotgun?
Oh no, I had the shotgun the whole time.
Oh wow!
No,
I'm almost impressed.
No, she just basically ran and just waited for Guilty Spark. And I just sat there, and all the spawns came to me because I kept shooting them. So she just kept running, and I'm like, all right. Where the fuck is she now? And then I would get teleported. I'm like, oh, we're on the next level. Hey, I don't know how you got there. Good work. Proud of you, babe.
And fourth, you said that on that final part, that was the fastest you ever got through that. So you're welcome.
I always hit the one stupid burster, and it flips the fucking thing, and you have to go all the way backwards and turn around on it, and then you miss that jump. Pisses me off. I hit everything. I hit it. I got everything perfect on the rail, like bounced them right as you're supposed to. I'm like, this has never gone this smoothly. I will say, I don't know how I did it, but it had never gone that smoothly before.
I wish you guys videotaped that, because I guarantee that the whole time she was running through that temple, she was like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Oh fuck! And you're like, it's fine.
Because all you hear is the through the walls and shit the whole time too. You're like, it is creepy. You know, I do enjoy kind of
that first encounter with the flood is genuinely fucking creepy.
Oh, like the first one where after you just watch the video of them scooping out the dude's insides, basically.
Yeah.
And then you hear all through the walls, and you're like, what the fuck is that?
We'll tape when we do Halo 2.
Actually, Halo 2 is the better one. Halo 1 was great, and I did love it. But Halo 2 was pretty
I've
solid.
practiced now.
Reach is still the best Halo game.
I've practiced running
Reach
through
really
Halo.
Reach is so fucking solid. Apparently, they just there's this new crazy mythic mod that they put out for it now. That's apparently, like, they added, like, almost 20 hours of content, basically, to it. Just random shit that they put inside it and more stuff that you can do. And I'm like, well, that's kind of awesome. I'm down.
Wonder how that's gonna go. Did they already put it out or what?
I don't know. I think you can already at least, if you got PC, you can at least download it. You might be able to do it on, because the Xbox is weird now because you can do stuff like that now. So I don't know exactly how to do it or where to find it at, but it might be an option. That was the best day ever, is when they added Reach to Master Chief Collection, because it really shouldn't be in there, but I'm like, yes.
And no, that one counts more than ODST.
Well, you know what? You're correct.
You do see Master Chief for like half a second.
You do briefly see he does actually show up in ODST. He's not even in a flashback scene.
Well,
but
that'll bring us to go ahead.
The end of the show.
No extra bits. No.
I thought we were gonna have a moment.
I thought we already did extra bits.
No, we haven't gotten to bits.
This is actually extra bits now.
Tom just wanted to move on.
Extra bits.
Tom just wanted to move on.
Zachary.
Yes, I forgot my bit.
Don't do that. You might need them.
Anyway, you might still be able to see it when this airs, but it's supposed to be the brightest on the 12th. There is a green comet that will appear in the night sky for the first time in 50,000 years. It'll be the brightest on the 12th of January.
So that's Thursday.
Yes.
This will already be out.
Good. There we go.
What's it made of? To make it green.
Ice and dirt and shit. I don't know. It's got some chemical makeup. I didn't read the whole thing. It's green. It's probably got some magnesium in there that's making it turn green. Because when magnesium ignites, it turns green.
It's Master Chief Green.
No, it's more like...
Shut up!
Okay. That's something. I just want everyone to know I don't need help. I'm okay. Just talk shit.
I love you. So I've got
visible through binoculars.
Wait, can you see it with your naked eye?
It's visible through binoculars.
Depending on how bright it becomes in the coming weeks, maybe even visible to the unaided eye in dark skies towards the end of January.
Hot.
Wow.
All right, so my first one is the legendary song that became the Rickroll. This was a random video I found. It's about 20 minutes long, but it is like Rick Astley coming on and talking about the making of...
It was a pretty iconic music video, too, honestly.
Yeah, Never Gonna Give You Up. And then, like, how he kind of went into obscurity, and then for how that, like, came back around to become the Rickroll.
He kind of owns it now, though. They made a State Farm commercial. I think it was State Farm, not State Farm, Allstate. It was some insurance commercial.
Sure.
And they even got Rick Astley to redo it.
And then my second one is for your dose of Disney. And this is just a little article that talks about like what happens like to service dogs while their owners are like riding rides. And it like takes you behind the scenes and you get to see the little like kennel they get to hang out in while their owner is riding the ride.
Kennel.
So dogs can't go on all the rides like Soarin'. That's too dangerous.
Well, yeah. But I mean,
can dogs go on any of the rides?
It's a service dog, so it's weird that you'd put it in a kennel. Just sit there and go sit, and then it just sits and it stays there the entire time until its owner comes back, and you're like, hello, and then it's fine.
Well, because generally, yeah, shouldn't the owner only be gone for the amount of time that the ride is? Because they'd let them have the dog in the line, right?
Yeah, but why are you putting a dog in a kennel?
Yeah, why wouldn't you just put it?
Sit.
Maybe
it's kind of just like you roll the
Probably-
wheelchair next to the wall.
Unless it's a service animal and it's not actually
could
like
be
trained.
for safety or security reasons.
That's also true, because what if the owner is not there to handle the dog? Then what if the dog runs out on the tracks to go or swims through the Pirates of the Caribbean to go find the owner? Which could be hilarious. Also, I think you should just let the dog ride on the Pirates of the Caribbean. I think that should be fine.
Again, it's a service animal. That dog should be like...
I think they can ride on It's a Small World, but I don't think they're allowed to ride on Pirates.
Because the drop. I forgot about the drop on Pirates. Yeah.
Plus, the cannons and shit would probably freak them out.
Not if it's a service dog.
Yeah, those dogs are deaf.
But it also
I don't think that works.
But it also depends on what kind of service, like
the service
animal, like what kind of. How am I trying to say this?
I don't know.
It depends on what the service dog is there to do.
The
like,
level of service they provide, yes.
Yeah, like is it there because some of them will like sense when they're like someone's about like their owner's about to have a seizure or like when their blood sugar is low. There's other ones that are just trained to do like little tasks like pick stuff up or turn lights on or.
Can you imagine being that one dog that's there to like prevent a seizure? And then your owner has a seizure on the ride, and you're not there, and then all of a sudden it comes back, and the dog's like,
maybe that's why they put him in the kennel, because that dog can probably still smell him on the ride, going, he's gonna have a fucking seizure. I gotta get there, guys. I gotta tell him. Maybe. He doesn't know.
Maybe.
I have to go. Put him in the cage. But I want to save him.
I want to save him.
He's my boy.
The whole time the person on the ride just fucking.
Jesus,
Thomas.
It was under the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. That could be
They're having
dangerous.
a great time.
No one even knew there was an issue. That's the problem. Man, that guy's really having a fun time. This ride's not that exciting.
Peter.
Yes?
It's your turn.
Okay. So...
We're just ignoring Tom.
Yep.
There's a DC comic miniseries based around Journey to the West called Monkey Prince. It's very good. There's only 3 issues left before it's over. You should all go buy and read it.
Monkey Prince. So yeah, based on Journey to the West.
Yeah.
Fun.
Are you okay, Tom?
He's never gonna be okay.
He's done. Yeah, he's down.
Yeah, I'm good.
Talk about your brush with Azrael for us.
Oh my god.
He's actually crying.
A little bit. I see him tearing up.
Oh.
Oh, such a funny mental image. My
really bad
bitch. My
Your
bitch.
bitch.
Yeah, my bit. Oh my god. It was before Christmas. I almost died in a car crash. I have a video of.
Is this your dash cam?
No, the dash cam is actually from somebody that was ahead of me.
Oh, so this is actually you though. Like this is the actual situation that happened. Happened to you.
Yeah, because I was like, man, somebody had to have gotten that dash cam and put it on YouTube somewhere. and I found it. And I was like, holy shit. But yeah, I was driving on 99, and as we were going from like a party or something, I was just sitting there driving and, you know, doing 70. And it's one way.
Yeah.
I see headlights up
That's
ahead,
scary.
and I'm like...
Yeah, it's like
But you
6 lanes, but it's one way, yeah.
No, it's just 2. It's 2 on one side, 2 on the other side, but they're separated by like almost like 50
I only
yards.
sit on 99 where it's ridiculously huge.
Yeah,
I guess.
no, it's only like 50 yards, and that's, you know, over by Northwest, so
Yeah,
like you're
okay.
up there. And when you're coming up, you can actually see headlights, but they're usually on the opposite side of the road. But this one just looked a little bit further over than normal, and I was like,
Well, that's weird.
huh. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get over. So I started getting over. Well, a car passes me, and there was an SUV ahead of me, and the car got closer and closer, and it was the wrong way driver. And by the time the wrong way driver was probably about like maybe 20 feet from hitting this other person, this guy was doing like 70, 80 coming back through here.
Yeah, he's
just
on
flying.
It,
They swerved out of the way, but they clipped the SUV.
Oh, shit.
So the SUV went sideways and then straightened out, but her car like bow, 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 and then almost flipped. And then came back and laid back down.
The one that was driving the wrong way.
No. The wrong way driver went away.
Oh, shit.
I was watching the crash happen in front of me because I moved out of the way, seeing this guy coming. I was like, oh, he's in the left-hand lane. I need to get out of here, you know? So I pulled over to the other side, and I watched like this person almost get hit, and they got into a crash. So we had to jump out of our car, go and help this girl in her car. And then, you know, once I like got the door open, I like folded up the airbag, and I was like, are you okay? And she's like crying, obviously.
Yeah,
but she's
that's scary as fuck.
But I looked at her, and she was just like trying to figure stuff out with her phone and stuff. So obviously she was just in shock, but she had her seatbelt on, so she was safe. So I was like, cool. So there was another person that pulled over, and I took off towards the other car too to see if they were okay. There's like a family of 6 inside that car, and they were all fine. But the person that was probably the most injured was the girl in the back. So before I took off with her, I told her, stay in the car, don't move, nothing's on fire, you're okay, don't move. Because anybody who's been in an accident, if you move, you could probably
make something worse,
make something 10 times worse. So yeah, but yeah, the dash cam is literally what I saw as it went flying by, but I saw a crash happen like 10 feet ahead of me with 2 cars, and then had to sit there and assist until like 2 o'clock at night.
That's crazy.
You know?
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, no, it was good. I was
some scary shit.
I was hoping that they caught him, but I never saw a story or anything like that. But it was some black Charger looking car, something is what I remember.
The license plate in the video?
No, yeah, because I messaged the guy on YouTube, was like, yo man, like I've been looking for a video like this. Did you happen to hear anything about this? He's like, no, I reported to the cops, gave it to him, but
at least
the footage is he's like, the footage is a little too grainy that you can't really see anything.
Grainy, yeah.
I was like, dude, I was saying that it was like a freaking Charger flying down the road, and he goes, yeah, that's what it looks like in the video. You could barely see it, but it was a black Charger, and I was like, man. But yeah, I don't know if he hit anybody down the road or anything like that. And people are idiots. If you see cars stopped, don't go flying by them. Like,
Makes no sense.
I was literally sitting there, and after like everything kind of happened, I got behind my truck, turned on my hazards, and I got my flashlight out, and I just sat there and like flashed people and told people to move. You know,
Move the
like
fuck around,
yeah, with like actual airplane signals, like move, get over, get over. You know, and I'm flashing people like go. You know. And this freaking car just comes like flying by at 80 miles an hour, almost clips the front of the freaking car that's in the wreck because they didn't notice that was going on. And I'm just like, motherfucker. Like, people are fucking stupid.
They're so dumb, man.
But yeah, it was good. I think everybody, at least in my accident, survived. Everybody was okay. Just damaged the cars and probably totaled the car too. So,
well,
but yeah.
No loss of life is good.
Yeah.
That's scary, though.
Just send that on a...
We're going to have to watch that now. I want to watch Tom scream.
I just really want to see the pictures on the rides.
Scream. It's from the other guy's car.
Yeah, no one screamed or anything.
It was joking.
I didn't even scream. I didn't even, like, poop my pants. I just kind of, like, saw this. Was like, well, I'd better get out of the way. And then watch this car spin in front of me. And I was like, yep.
Glad that wasn't me. Glad I got out of the way.
Glad I was paying attention.
Thanks for joining us in this new year. The 8-Bit Cat Show usually comes out on Fridays. We will try so hard this
New year, same
to be
us.
better.
Nope, New Year, same us.
Hey, Zach, if they like us, what should they do?
Well, you should rate and review us on the podcast platform of your choice. Or you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok now. But you should definitely head on over to our Patreon. That's 8bit. That's patreon.com/8bitcats with a K and a Z. Make it difficult. But we'd love to see you over there. We have some stupid shit that we put on there, of dumb stuff that we do in the background. If it makes you chuckle at all, that's worth it to me. But I think we throw a little money our way because you think we're funny. Doesn't hurt my feelings either. Again, we need to buy Tom some stuff for his walls, damn it.
Until next time, my friends, geek out, be fabulous, and have fun.
Jesus.
Oh. Do I have 8 cats? Yes, I do. Do I regret my life choices? Always. But I don't regret supporting 8-Bit Cats on Patreon. Oh, I couldn't open my mouth.